Are the 0-7 Jets the worst team in Jets history? And that's really mind-blowing to think about because the Jets have had bad seasons historically. But this one feels so different. First-time head coach, first-time offensive coordinator, first-time general manager. There's no experience on this team. There's no quarterback to look at. There's nothing on this football team. And the New York Jets are still searching for their first win of the season. What they just did against the Carolina Panthers, starting Justin Fields in the first half, bringing Tyrod out there in the second half, not able to win. The defense keeping them in the game, giving the offense every single reason to go out there and make some plays. Oh my goodness, we got a lot to break down, man, because the New York Jets have went back-to-back weeks without scoring a touchdown, by the way. The Jets have not scored a touchdown in the first half since week 1. And it's wild, bro. I was at that game, week 1, Jets Media Day against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I remember being there, thinking to myself, we got an offense. And I'm someone that was not high on Justin Fields entering the season. But seeing Justin Fields play the way he did against Pittsburgh in week 1, it was like, in my brain, I'm like, wow. I don't know Justin Fields is this good. I mean, he was great in that game. And he's been an absolute abomination since that game. And now he literally can't even throw a screen pass. He's afraid to throw a screen pass. And I don't want to make this about ripping into Justin Fields. We know what Justin Fields is. I think if you're a Jets fan entering the season, most Jets fans knew, including myself, he's not the long-term answer. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be here long-term. He got a 2-year contract that the Jets can get out of after this year. 2 years, $40 million, $30 million guaranteed. You can get out of the contract, or he could be a backup next year, whatever the case may be. But the New York Jets are an absolute disaster right now, and I am sick of making these rant videos. It's just like historically bad, bro. It's historically bad, and let's break it all down. Hit the like button, folks, if you're just tuning into the video. Subscribe here to the channel if you're new, and I'm just at a loss for words at some points, man, and some people keep asking me, Richie, like, how do you do this? How do you keep making content, making videos, talking about this football team? I'm born to do this, it feels like, because I still wake up every morning ready to go to talk about this football team. And I'm still, and this maybe is either, you can tell me what word this is in the comments. You can call it delusional, hopeful, I'm out of my mind, I don't know, but I'm still clinging on to the hope that these New York Jets will figure it out one day. And I'm not just saying with this regime or anything this season or next season. I'm just saying one day. Whether that's in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, I want to be here making content on YouTube all across social media when the New York Jets are a playoff team contending for a Super Bowl. Is that so much to ask? Is that like ridiculous? Yeah, it is ridiculous as a Jets fan to hope for that because they are an absolute abomination, the worst team in sports. And not just the NFL, folks. The New York Jets are reaching new lows, bro. The Jets are reaching absolute new lows. We're not the worst team in the NFL. We're the worst team in like every single professional sport. Worse than any team in the NHL, in the NBA, MLB, you name it. I mean, it's reaching that. Oh my goodness. It's just that bad, bro. So let's get into the game a little bit from yesterday. Why don't we? Because I've been going on a long rant about the incompetence of the organization. But when it comes to Justin Fields' first half performance, he had to get benched, bro. It was so bad. And the reason why it was bad was because Fields was so reluctant to give anybody on his team a chance to make a play. And that cannot happen. You cannot not give your players chances to make plays with the ball. I mean, they call a wide receiver screen pass, and Justin Fields looks at the screen, and he's so afraid to throw a screen pass that he hesitates, eats it, gets tackled for a loss of 4 yards. That can't happen. He drops back to pass. There's somebody underneath that he could check it down to, pressures in his face. Instead of just checking it down and getting hit, he eats the ball and takes a sack. Like, that's the things that cannot happen. Josh Reynolds gets open on a third down, and it takes him 3 seconds too late to throw the ball. When he throws it, the defense closes on incomplete. Those little things are the reasons why the Jets decided to go to Tyrod Taylor. And then when Tyrod Taylor came in the game in the second half, the offense shifted. Now, it did not do anything productive because the Jets were still not able to score a touchdown, but the ball started to get moving. You saw more first downs. You saw aggressive throws down the field. You saw just letting it rip. And that's all I ever wanted from Fields in this game. Heading in, I'm like, Justin, you got nothing to lose, dude. Just let it rip. If you throw an interception, I don't even care. At least I know you're trying. He's still not trying. So Tyrod comes in. He's throwing the ball down the field. They're doing trick plays. You got Allen Lazard wide open for a touchdown. And, of course, Tyrod underthrows the ball, and then Lazard is just like an absolute can't even make an effort on the ball. I mean, yes, it was a bad throw, but at least put a better effort to catch the football, Lazard, and he doesn't do that. And then he throws a ball down the field, and J.C. Horn on Josh Reynolds is the biggest mismatch on the face of the planet. You're talking about Josh Reynolds going up against one of the premier corners in the NFL. J.C. Horn dominated that matchup. Who's shocked? Not me. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And the whole notion of last week, Justin Fields was not benched, and then Aaron Glenn was asked about it. Why did you not bench him? And then he pushed back. Why did we start the game with Fields if you knew that he was not good enough to start? Like, where do the Jets go from here? Where do the Jets go from here? And the wide receiver corps, bro, like, how did it get this bad? And yeah, without Garrett Wilson, we know how trash it is. But wow, it's bad. Arian Smith isn't like just a rookie that has no spark. 3 targets, 1 catch, 0 yards. That was your chance, Arian Smith. Without Garrett Wilson, you had a chance to be some type of impact. He is nothing right now, and probably never will be. You got Allen Lazard is just, why is he on this football team? Josh Reynolds is the most mid wide receiver I've ever seen in my entire life. And then you got Tyler Johnson running around, making some solid plays. But at the end of the day, bro, there's no element to this offense that is productive. Breece Hall, I don't want to rip into him because I know that he's going to get traded and become an absolute beast on another squad. I don't know that if he's just checked out mentally. I don't know what it is, but this is Breece Hall's game to become the workhorse and become one of those guys that can carry a team. Because if Breece broke one, if Breece was able to make big-time plays to score touchdowns and become an absolute weapon in that game, like, we could have won. But I didn't see that from Breece. He averaged like 3.6 yards per carry or something like that. And on his limited opportunities, he did nothing with it. He didn't do nothing with it. I mean, it's just like there's nothing productive on offense. And the offensive line has not been great. So the offense is just a giant mess. And like the defense, it's sad because you can't say anything negative about the defense. You really can't, bro. The only thing I could say about the defense is like, where are the sacks? They did get 2 timely sacks when you needed to the most in the second half in the clutch. Jamie and Sherwood got one on a blitz. Quinnen Williams and Jawan Briggs combined for a sack on 3rd down. They got their sacks in a timely manner, but it's just so beyond frustrating, man. It really, really is. Because Justin Fields was brought here to be the bridge quarterback, and it's beyond brutal how bad he is, man. Really, really bad. Really, really bad. And you look at Aaron Glenn. Every single week, what Aaron Glenn is doing is feeding the narrative of people, more fans turning against him to want him to be out of here, man. That's how I would look at it. Every single week, Aaron Glenn has a chance to maybe prove anybody and his own fans that he's not going to be an incompetent coach and you should believe in him. But he's giving every single fan a reason to not believe. And that's on him, bro. If you want fans to believe in your vision, if you want people to still have hope for the culture that you're trying to build here, you got to give us some type of reasons, some type of signs. And it's going to get louder and louder and louder, which is why the Jets needed a win desperately yesterday. Because a win yesterday would have not gave the Jets a chance to do anything productive this season in terms of making the playoffs, obviously. But what it would have done is quiet the noise. Just a little bit. Like, get that burden off your shoulders. Finally getting a win. Having 0 wins in 7 games is really bad. It's bottom barrel stuff. Like, even bad football teams figure out ways to win somehow. The Titans somehow got a win. The Raiders even got to win. They're so bad. The Dolphins got to win because they went up against us. But, the Cardinals, without their starting quarterback, they're still they're productive. The Jets are not even an entertaining product anymore. It's not like we're winning. It's not like we're losing games and we're entertaining or anything like that. We're not entertaining. We're out there the stadium is half empty. There's no touchdowns being scored in back-to-back weeks. The defense is playing good, but the offense is so bad. And it's crazy when you look at the offensive difference in the first half yesterday and the second half of how different it was. They both sucked in different ways. In the first half with Fields, there was no movement. There was nothing happening. It was just punt after punt after punt. And then in the second half, it's turnover. And it's like, all right, the conservative approach of trying to run the football and be, honest with the team and, with Justin Fields doesn't work. All right, let's go to Tyrod. Let's be more aggressive. Let's push the ball down the field. And that results in 2 interceptions. So it's like you try one philosophy this way, one philosophy that way. Newsflash, people that are like, oh, dude, the Jets are going to get the first overall pick. You think Fernando Mendoza is going to be the Messiah and come here and save everything? I love Mendoza. I think he's a heck of a product. I think he's a really good prospect. I'm a big fan of him. It's nothing against him. It's more about the tsunami, the absolute disaster of the New York Jets. I don't know if a rookie quarterback is going to be able to figure himself out here, ever. Sam Darnold couldn't figure himself out here. Zach Wilson couldn't figure himself out here. Geno Smith couldn't do it. Aaron Rodgers couldn't do it. Mark Sanchez had 2 seasons and then he fell off. It really is becoming a place for quarterbacks to go and die. The New York Jets. Places where coaches go to die. The New York Jets. And that's what it's been. And that's what it continues to be. And that's what is frustrating me and Jets fans, bro. Because we are so passionate and we're holding on for this blind hope for it to get figured out one day. And we're just waiting for it to happen. And it doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen based off of what we're seeing, bro. So at the end of the day, man, when are we going to see something happen? Because yesterday's game against the Panthers, it was a winnable game. It was so winnable. The Panthers offense did nothing. 13 points. Bryce Young got knocked out of the game. If the Jets scored 2 touchdowns in the game, we would have won. 2 touchdowns. That's all we needed, man. 2 of them. It sounds like I'm asking for the moon and the stars. That's all we needed, bro. That right there is what frustrates Jets fans more than anything. It's like you got these games that are absolutely right there for the taking, and they can't get it done, dude. Want to give a giant shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of Jets Media all season long. Don't forget to use the code JETS if you have not already for a 100% match up to $100 by using my code JETS, folks. That's code JETS. When you sign up today, you will get a 100% match and also a $20 of free money, free entry when you sign up today using that code JETS, Jets. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of Jets Media, man.